Hi, I'm JJ. I came to America when I was 2 from China. I'm the only child, and I live in the projects, the Dumbo projects, so I like to call them the rich projects, but not really. My family was Buddhist, but they were very religious, so they didn't really care if I was Buddhist or not, but I still followed them to temples and stuff like that once a month or something. So that's why, since they didn't care, and since we were poor, they wanted me to go into this after-school program, this Christian after-school program. It's called the Salvation Army Chinatown Corps, and that's when I first, heard about Jesus and stuff like that. It was weird, I go in, I pray. Before I eat, I pray. Before I play games, I pray. It's praying all the time, because all I'm doing is this. What is that? What does that mean? Am I really talking to somebody? So I started going to the Sunday service after like a few years in the after school program, and then the sermons were in Chinese, but there's one part where I understood. It was about the book of Job, and it was saying how God Job over just to prove a point to Satan. He killed his wife and everything. And so I was questioning, why would God do that? Why would God knowingly deceive us, knowingly hurt us, just to prove a point? Yeah, so I was a little frightful of God. I did not want to bank my faith, bank my afterlife into something into someone like that. So I met this kid named Patrick Yu, first Korean friend. So he was poor. Everybody knows. Everyone in my program knows that he was poor. And I was poor too, so that was pretty cool. And I heard about this Christmas ringing bell job, and collecting donations for the Salvation Army. So I was like, hey Pat, you want to join me? I'd rather not die alone. I'd rather not freeze to death alone. So I was like, hey Pat, you want to join me? He said, all right. So we talked, and I found that he was Christian. He introduced me to 180 Church, but I was like, I'm still, my faith isn't that strong, so I held it off. But eventually I went to demonology. So demonology just taught me about these spirits and how we can't fight them alone. But what was more compelling for me to stay in 180, to stay with God, was actually worshiping. I think after the first event of demonology, I went to Day in the Sun in Central Park, and when I started to sing, it's I just got all these chills and stuff. I was like, what the hell's going on? I got all these chills, and then I talked to Patrick about it. He was like, oh, that's Holy Spirit, man. It was P. Sam's sermon about how Nathan doesn't deserve to sit in first class, right? So I was like, that's me. I don't deserve none of this. I'm broken as, but God still blesses me. God still gives me grace. I think when we were praying, when he was praying with us secretly, I was like, God, just I'm willing to sacrifice myself. I'm willing to worship you for the rest of my life. It was a hard life. I was complaining. It is not fair for me to when I see my friends who live in 3-4 houses, and I'm stuck in a 2-bedroom apartment. So it's just a lot of jealousy and a lot of things that I wish had gone my way but didn't. If I was like my friend, he owns an apartment building, if I was like that, I probably wouldn't have met God. I'm grateful for my struggles because I've met the Father that everybody wanted to meet. So a few times, people from 180 would spot me. What does that mean? You pay me back when you get paid or something? But it's you just, here, take my money, you're hungry, and I want to love you. So I saw that love, and I see why you're doing it, because they're trying to be like Christ. So because of that, I want other people to feel the same way I felt. So I started to inspire others too. Christ loved me, so I want to show Christ's love. So I'm starting to inspire other people.
Is that hard for you because you're poor and you don't have that much money?
Doesn't matter. I'm going to be a doctor so soon. 10 years, bro. I'll spot all of you. I grew up thinking God was a jerk. He was always trying to over. but I realized that he was a loving father who has the best for me.